Hey, today we're going to be talking about arpeggios and how to use them in your guitar playing, specifically for fingerstyle guitar. Now, I want to answer this in a systematic way. What are arpeggios? How do you play them? And how do you apply them to your musical creativity, arrangements, whatever it is? All right, first things first, what is an arpeggio, or what does it mean to arpeggiate on guitar? Well, let's take a look at a chord, okay? Let's say E major chord. Now, what I did was I just strummed the chord. Now, that's not arpeggiating. That's playing all the notes in the chord at once. Arpeggio means you play them one after the other sequentially, something like this. Now, you may have noticed that it took longer for me to arpeggiate that chord as opposed to just strum it. And that's something that you need to be conscious about. Arpeggiating a chord takes time. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it's a good thing because it allows you to arpeggiate chords and fill up the musical texture, fill up the time that it takes for the chord to be played. So as opposed to just strumming it, you can arpeggiate it like this. Alright, now how do you play an arpeggio? It's pretty simple. You need to just plug the notes one after the other. Now you need a little bit of finger plucking skill, okay, as opposed to just strumming if you want to do arpeggios. Of course, you can kind of like strum slowly, and that's pseudo arpeggio, but I don't really consider that arpeggio. I would be more intentional to pluck the individual notes, and that I would consider arpeggiating the chord. Now, how to apply it to your own music? I'm going to use a song to demonstrate this. Now, I'm going to use one of my favorite African-American spirituals again. It's called I've Got Peace Like a River. And this is how the song goes. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. And I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Now, just the chords, if I'm just strumming them, there's nothing wrong with that. Lots of people do it and it's fine, like this. A river, I've got peace like a river. Now, that's a very driving rhythm, and it sounds good, right? It sounds good. But if you want to beautify your chords, make it a little bit more melodious, a little bit more flowing, maybe a little bit more subtle, a bit more quiet, a bit more meditative, you can use arpeggios like this. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. And I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Now that's another approach that you can use to accompanying yourself on guitar using arpeggios. Now often what I like to do is to combine both strumming and arpeggios together like this. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. And I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Now, strumming, obviously, it's going to be louder because you're playing multiple notes at the same time as opposed to arpeggios. So use the strumming for when your music is becoming a little bit more intense, you're climaxing, all right? Then it gives you more drive, it gives you more volume. And use arpeggios when you want it to be a bit more meditative, a bit more quiet and slow. Now, I want to talk about how to use this in a fingerstyle arrangement, because just now I was just singing and playing the song, but I know many of you are trying to be solo fingerstyle guitarists, which is very important to be able to know how to use arpeggios. Now, this is the arrangement without any arpeggios, right? I'm just going to play the bass note, the basic chord, and the melody like this. Alright, now what you need to do, there's a lot of space, there's a lot of empty gaps between the bass notes and the melody. Now what I want you to do is just fill in arpeggios. As long as you're holding the chord shape as you're playing that fingerstyle arrangement, just pluck the strings, the open strings, the strings that you're already fretting, and you'll get lots of beautiful arpeggios to fill in the texture like this. Alright, so I just went to the higher octave up here. And that's basically how you use arpeggios. Beautify your chords, fill up your musical texture, and be creative with it. Okay? Now, if you want to learn all the chords and the scales, I've got lots of free guides that you can download from my website. But if you want to learn how to arrange songs on fingerstyle guitar, something like that song and any other song that you want to be able to listen to a song and arrange it for solo fingerstyle guitar, then go check out my Fingerstyle for the World course. I'll put the link in the description below. Okay? So that's if you want to go in depth and study with me. But if not, well, try out the guides first, alright, and follow along with these YouTube videos. If you have any more questions about guitar technique or theory, just let me know in the comments below. I try my best to answer them in a video coming up. Alright, so have a good day, take care, and see you. Bye-bye.